And welcome everybody to the Aurora Esports Legacy, where we have the Seattle Snakes facing off against the Las Vegas Lunation. I'm one of your casters, War. Joined alongside me is Peepaw. Peepaw, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I got out of work Friday night, ready to play some Overwatch, ready to watch some Overwatch. I'm honestly a little tapped out on the Legacy series. I'm currently like in the Clash series right now, but kind of showing support to the Codfather. A lot of good friends in the Legacy teams. So could you tell me a little bit about the teams that are going head to head today?
First of all, I gotta shout out the Codfather. They had an amazing win over one of the two teams playing today, the Las Vegas Lunation, a 3-2 win, in that game. Yeah, the Las Vegas Lunation is one of the highest rated PR teams at the start of the season. They did lose 3-2 to the Codfather, but still a very impressive performance. Sonic Chronic usually good at the, both in AOC and ALS, good at these, like, auction style drafts and just draft theory in general. The Seattle Snakes beat the Knoxville Knights 3-1. That might have been a little bit of an upset game for some people. People had those teams predded around the same overall pred, but I think the defining battle in this match is the DPS battle here between Neptune and Anarchy versus Sonic Chronic and Kernmaster, and then sort of like how Milo and Vind will sort of interact together on tank.
Yeah, I see Laura here for the Snakes. They are really good, doing really good in their Clash season. I know they got a real mean Freya on them, and yeah, I'm just curious how these teams are gonna fare up against each other. Um, and I don't wanna choose, but just going off name alone, Seattle hometown, shout out Seattle. I'm kind of just rooting for the Snakes just the uh, because the name.
Alrighty, and we will be going right into game here. Here we go. First map is going to be Ilios. I'll pop up that graphic right now. Once we get rid of this error real quick. Oh, give me a second, guys. Refresh. And maps. Nope. Oh, wait. Sorry, I gotta run maps on this side too. Oh, I'm editing the bans. Actually, I'm just gonna skip bans. I'm just gonna go into game, if possible. If it lets me. In game. Oh. And then full screen. There we go. That should be going okay. The bans for this map are going to be a Pharah ban and a Hazard ban. The Las Vegas Lunation are going to ban the Hazard, and the Seattle Snakes are going to... Oh, sorry, Las Vegas Lunation are going to ban the Pharah, and it's going to be a Hazard ban from the side of the Snakes.
Yeah, both teams are gonna be playing that D.Va. We have a Mercy and a Kiri backline, and Lucio, the classic Lucio Kiri as well. So we'll see how this goes. It looks like no one here is gonna be playing the Mizuki, famous counter for D.Va. These D.Va comps.
Yeah, I've been talking to Jack a little bit, and he's an infamous Mercy one trick. So you're going to be seeing a lot of Mercy, especially when he's in the lineup. But it looks like the point very much in favor, and now flipping over to the side of Las Vegas Lunation. But Neptune does get the first pick in favor of the Seattle Snakes, and Milo able to get some stabilization onto point, rotates back up to that high ground position. Aniki looking to put down pressure from Moground, gets a 2, and Milo follows up for that third, so the Snakes will be flipping this point over very quickly.
No, yeah, all it took was the that pick onto the Soj there, and the rest of the team just started collapsing in. Like though they got the first cap, it didn't matter much because they just couldn't hold it that long. Once Kernmaster went down, the rest of the team was like soon to follow.
Yep, now we see the Las Vegas Lunation sort of staging towards this high ground. Neptune doing a good job of marking out this positions, making it very difficult for Sonicron to actually make this rotation in towards point. Actually gets fully forced out, and the Duke is going to come out from Neptune, putting pressure onto Kern, who's kind of caught off into this back line. That's going to get canceled. No bomb to use to get back into position, but a really nice remech to get some damage onto Vind. Vind's going to have that bomb online if he wants to pop it. TC falling down to the point. A bomb explosion from Neptune. That's going to catch Andrew, and a good res from Jack to get the numbers back in favor of the Seattle Snakes as they are holding on to this point. Milo staying very, very alive here. The bomb will hit Pokemon Guy on the way out, but trades still in favor of the Snakes.
Yeah, Snakes are doing a real good job holding this point. They're gonna have a lot of ults. This next fight's gonna be an ult fight for sure. Not quite there on the Kyriel on Las Vegas Lunation. So ideally, Pokemon Guy should just be able to win this fight off Kitsu alone.
Pulse comes out from Sonic. That's going to go wide to start off this fight. But Kernmaster has the High Noon alive. Jackson will start early with the Velk, though. Start leading this fight, and the rush is going to be layered on top. The High Noon looking for a target, trying to find heads here, but DM in his face. Milo potentially dropped, but no, Aniki gets traded in exchange, and Aniki gets traded in exchange. Aniki pops the ultimate as well, catches one more. Vind trying to hold it down for the side of the Lunation, and is on point in a seemingly 1v4 situation.
And yeah, Kiria ends up popping the, Andrew ends up having to pop the Kitsu in the Mega Room, not really being able to cover a lot of ground to that point. But it was 99, someone needed to touch, maybe it was just not communicated who was touching first or who got what, but yeah, we seen the two support ults, and the Jack and Pokemon Guy used both of their ults to kind of hold down that point, and Kernmaster tried using the High Noon to kind of zone out that Kiri ult, but that DM from Milo was just really making it hard for him to get any value with it, getting him picked out.
For sure, and we see pretty similar comps here. Kernmaster is going to move over onto the Emray, and also Sonicronic making a switch over onto the Xion now, so maybe a little bit more pressure onto Neptune and Jack on this flyer, so they have to be very careful here as Vind looking to apply that pressure early.
Oh yeah, Jack and the Echo are Jack and Neptune are just kind of doing work. They were the got a lot of ult charge last round, and they're kind of just orbiting around point and just laying down a lot of damage and kind of cleaning up some of the kills that they put down. And even when Milo gets out of Mac, Sonicronic ends up meleeing them out of Mac. Neptune goes down to Swifters, and it looks like Seattle Snakes are gonna have to reset here.
Yeah, that was kind of a disastrous loss of mech early from Milo 16. Milo starting off that fight, and Kern, very nice shots there. Gets a
big
3K,
coming in.
double K on the board, but that's the advantage from that Mercy, a nice res. Usually you don't want to pull those reses off in spawn, but I guess it works out in this situation to prevent that staggering.
So the Snakes are gonna line up the Jack and Neptune going on the coast, trying to look to get a little bit of chip value here. And Aniki regroups with the team, and it's gonna go under. And Aniki's gonna get picked by Vind. Sonicronic and Vind put down some hurt on Aniki there, and it looks like, I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but Las Vegas Lunation is just holding down this point the whole time. It still ticks away. They're not really able to get any ground here, though they back up, stabilize, and re-engage. But it looks like Milo's actually going to be the first to touch point here, but is immediately going to get met with Vind. And the chain comes out. They did end up swapping the Mizuki. I like seeing the Mizuki into these Dudecons for sure. A lot of value there. And that's 80%. Seattle Snakes got to regroup. This is the last fight territory right here. They're gonna have a lot of ults to maybe flip this point, but I mean, Las Vegas Lunation can match for sure.
Lunation have a ton to use. There's going to be multiple ults for the Snakes going first. An Emre ult from Neptune, looking to lay down this damage onto the opposing Emre. Actually pops this ult off too, but a trade even on either side, and the Snakes have to get on the point as it takes over to this overtime effect. Sonic Chronic as well with the Xion ult, and Strifters is going to stabilize on point. It's all 4 ults, or 4 of the 5 ults for the Las Vegas Lunation, but they want to close this out. They want it to be 100-0, and that's exactly what it's going to be going into this final point of Ilios.
Score 1-1.
Yeah, I think very inverse of what happened round 1 there. They got the first point in round 1, but immediately flipped it and could not get like a real good hold onto that. But it seems like they with their new comp with Sonic Chronic on the Xion there and Kernmaster on Emre and Swift is swapping to Mizuki, it's kind of getting hard to get the value on the Diva, and we are gonna see Milo swap to the Orisa here.
I like this. I actually like this kind of most for like Neptune and Aniki. I thought Aniki was doing great against the Tracer, but the moment the swap happened over to like a Xion Emre, you can't really put out that long range pressure as much as you'd want to. So I think swapping to trying to force the Diva to play in and force the force Sonic and Kern to like have to play far back at disadvantageous angles against somebody like Aniki versus on Soj versus on Cass, I think it's really powerful here.
Oh yeah, Soj with the blue beam from Jack here is a lot of value. People underestimate how much that really hurts, but you charge rail faster, rails just do more damage. They can kind of play at this range here, but Diva's gonna look to close that range, putting Jack dangerously low. Diva finds the pick on Jack and Aniki, and it looks like the playing team go in favor of Las Vegas.
Yeah, the one thing here is it's going to be a little bit hard to contain this Diva if you're Milo on the Orisa here. Every single one of your cooldowns, other than the spin, can kind of get blown up, and if you go for that shield perk, it's not going to be too effective against Diva, especially with the way that Vin's playing. He's been sort of all inning towards Aniki and Jack on these angles, so it makes sense that they're trying to group up, try to put down pressure together, but your Snakes are already so low on the backline, and Vin just runs through Neptune. A very nice hit for the side of the Lunation.
Yeah, I do like I understand the Mei, like you could left click through DM, but I mean any walls or anything can just get like jumped over by Xion's bike, Kernmaster's shift as well. Vin could just fly out of it, so I don't know. Yeah, they are gonna swap to the Xion here, not getting like a whole lot of value on the Mei there. I like seeing this swap for sure. Aniki gets picked though. Sonic Chronic and Vin end up working together to take Aniki down. They are kind of just holding them in this first initial choke here.
Yeah, you can see Vin finally pushed a little bit away, but you're still going to be down Aniki, who's now making the swap out over to Cass. A rush early from Pokemon Guy towards the point, but a counter rush from Andrew on the other side of things, trying to keep their tank alive. Vin dropped very low. Sonicron is actually going to pop the Xion ult as well. Catches a couple for the troubles now, and Neptune also falling. So very dominant showing for Las Vegas Lunation, giving Snakes really one more chance to contest back in this fight.
Yeah, we're gonna have the Orisa Xion spree coming into this, and we're gonna hope that Jack can maybe charge the ult fast enough to get that beat off, or when that name it really only comes down when Pokemon goes down as well. It comes down to this final touch here. Milo alone on point, gonna ult here. It was a valiant effort.
It was a very valiant effort, but Las Vegas Lunation take the first map of Ilios 2-1, and I think they really found out how they wanted to play into the Snakes after that first point. And I think this Xion and another long-range hit scan like an Emre or a Soj or something of the sort is working really well. Vind and Sonic Chronic look so locked in together right now.
No, yeah, you can tell they are just like, is like the Overwatch equivalent of the alley-oop. Like one of them puts it low and Vin flies in, or Vin puts him low and you see that Xion bite come in and secure these kills. It really does just feel like an alley-oop almost.
Epic MVP.
Yeah, and a great first map for the Las Vegas Lunation. The Snakes will have the next choice to either map pick or ban, but we're going to send it to a quick break. We'll be right back with more Aurora Esports action. And welcome back, everybody, to Aurora Esports. Currently, the Las Vegas Lunation have a 1-0 lead against the Seattle Snakes, and I'm sorry for one of the bans not populating, but the Las Vegas Lunation picked the map. They picked Kings Row, a Mizuki ban, and a Mei ban. Both came out. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts on these bans here, Peepaw?
I kind of feel like they're kind of doing a protect ban for Jack there on the Mercy. I mean, it'll be a little bit. Oh, the May popped up. It'll be a little bit easier for the Diva to get some value now that Mizuki's gone. But I kind of feel like just slap Jack on Mercy and put Neptune on Pharah there, and I think you just let everyone else just work themselves out.
Yep. And the Las Vegas Donations are also going to make the swap. They're going to move Razmataz over to the DPS and Kernmaster over to support. So Kernmaster is kind of like a GM Lucio player, one of the highest SR like main supports you have. And then you also have Razmataz, somebody who's known for like more of that like flex DPS style play as we are going into match here.
Now entering King's initiating match.
And here we go. The bans are finally populated correctly. Yes, we have the Las Vegas Lunation selecting this map as their home field, home ground of choice. I think, yeah, like you were saying, I think this is to protect ban the Jack Mercy. Obviously, Jack's still in here. Jack is going to be hovering the Wu Yang and a Reaper, though, so this is a little bit of an interesting, I think, bait. Yes, it is a bait.
They just popped out, yeah.
Yep.
Hi.
But Vind is gonna look to get some value on Sigma here. Sonic Conic's still up. They swapped out too. Now that the hazard ban has been lifted, they are going to
It's easy to outfight them.
maybe run the hazard this game. Sonic Chronic on the Xion still, Razmataz on the Soj, Andrew and Kernmaster running the Kiri Bap backline. You don't see Bap a lot much often, but I do like Bap players whenever I have them as a support duo.
Well, unfortunately, they are not a big fan of.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, no, they're back. They're back. Wait, hang on. They heard you, people. I think they might have heard the Pharah more than you, but still, they heard you, and now they're back on BAP. Ash to help pressure out this Pharah Mercy. Vind extremely dangerous on some of these dive characters. You'll see how he's like sort of controlling this point, forcing Milo to drop down and contest this space, and then keep meeting him back up on the high ground. Vind will have a little bit faster cycles because he has the climb and the jump, and a really nice wall to wall off Aniki, take a DPS out of the fight for just a second. But the Snakes holding on to the point still. No real action so far until Pokemon Guy finds Current Master in the feed.
Yeah, they're still playing very, very cautious here. Milo doing a good job at marking out that hazard, not letting them get any of that high ground at all. The Las Vegas Lunation is kind of looking to put Vind on high and kind of circle point. But Vin's going to put a little bit of pressure on point, going for the pharmacy there. But is going to look to get out. Milo marking the hazard again, and he's going to plant his feet on point. They're going to, it gets close to the first tick, but they're not going to quite get it. Milo getting really low. Razmataz gets booped off the high ground, but is still getting supported by Kernmaster on the BAP. And Milo's going to run in on that Ash and BAP and not allow them to get any of that high ground. Vind finds two, gets Jack and Pokemon Guy. That's both the supports out of the fight, and it looks like they're going to get the point this turn here.
Yep, and Milo just kind of has to run for the hills here. Unfortunately, is going to get demaxed, but Neptune quick to find that trade. The lamp a little bit late from Kernmaster to get that save. So even though the point flips over, the Seattle Snakes have really good control of this position, and Milo should be able to get this mech back online in time.
No, yeah, during all that, they find the pick on Razmataz there. We got Xion going in a side angle, looking to get some value. Finds Neptune chain, or what what is Hazard's ult? I don't even know.
Downpoured?
Downpoured. Thank you. Getting downpoured, but no kills. Milo, Andrew's gonna go down to Milo again.
Vin goes hard to the backline, drops the support line to basically 1 HP, but Jack and TC, the duo care, is just strong enough to keep them both alive. But very, very costly fight there is what I'm looking at for the side of the Snakes, using 3 ultimates. Neptune luckily built up to that second barrage, and Vind already making the swap over onto the Zarya. The Hazard not really able to get onto either this Pharah or this Mercy.
Soothing your wounds.
No, yeah, they did really good at contesting any vertical ground here. So I think Vin's thinking here is to just play low for the second point here and kind of just walk people down. And they are going to find Pokemon Guy early in the fight, and Sonic Chronic is going to use Spree on Aniki here. Looks like they are kind of backing up, giving them a little bit of space here. Milo trying to get out. Just all the whole team kind of in the stabilizing hold pattern as they regroup here and get ready for this next choke.
Yeah, it's really good that Milo, Neptune, Jack were all able to get out of that situation. The Saggers could have been almost disastrous on that angle. You see Neptune looking to take a very aggressive angle. Raz does have this Bob to try and capture this point, but Neptune goes first with that barrage, catches Sonic Chronic. Sometimes you only need the barrage to be good for one to win the fight, but Raz looking to equalize the numbers with that Bob towards point. A really nice kite though, and it looks like most of the Seattle Snakes are playing towards this high ground position. So the Bob really kited out well, and Milo still has this bomb in his back pocket.
No, yeah, the Hazard swap was really good at marking out that high ground for sure. The Neptune, Jack, all them playing on the high ground is making it a little difficult for Vint to get a whole lot of real value here. The only people that could really contest the high is like your Kernmaster. Razmataz did swap to Sierra, so that would be a little easier time contesting that high ground and maybe marking out that Pharah. But I eat my words right away. Neptune finds a pick on Razmataz on this Sierra. Jack and Grav comes out. Solo Grav comes out on Pokemon Guy here. Don't know if that was the best full use of Grav, but it's kind of gonna go in their favor.
Yeah, Vin being still alive is very scary, but Aniki's still in the backline. Actually gonna slide deeper. Looks to take the 1v1 against Raz, and now eventually sliding out, living on 1 HP, and so is Milo. Milo's gonna have this bomb to stabilize on point 2, so the Snakes could make this scrappy fight into a very winnable one, especially with ults online. You have to think about how split this team is, and you have to think about what ults can come out on the other side, but there's a third barrage from Neptune. It's a trade. Sonic Chronic catches that one back, and now Kern from the high ground with this window, looking to get the zoning out. Aniki with the OC in return, and a rush goes through, but TC is picked in the process. Andrew's gonna have the rush as well. Milo's still doing amazing job on point, just staying alive, putting down a ton of pressure. The TP comes out from Andrew, but it's not in time. No save onto Razmataz, and now Milo's looking, would Andrew go? Can he get another? Yes, he can! Now, backs up, looks to reset as we enter last fight territory.
Nothing gets past me.
Yeah, Andrew's gonna have the Kyrio here, Sonic Chronic with the Spree. Milo only gonna have bomb for that remake. They kind of did use a lot of ults for their last fight, so it looks like the ult advantage might be in favor of yeah, and the Kyrio ult comes out now, trying to close that space. 10 seconds left on the clock, looking for any touchers. Vind ended up swapping to the Diva to maybe get that touch, and Milo's gonna use the bomb, but not quite get the remake right away. Jack reses Pokemon Guy, so they have 2 on their backline again. Jack getting really close to this I can't even remember their Valk. Yeah, I was gonna say Guardian Angel. Thank you so much. Milo swapping to the ball, looking to get maybe another touch here on this point. Overtime comes out, and the ball is gonna get on point, looking for a slam, putting Razmataz low on the Sierra. Neptune is gonna ult Razmataz, but Lind is gonna, and the bomb clears ball here. It's a scrappy fight for this OT, but it looks like Vind and Kernmaster are gonna take it. A minute and a half coming into this last point. They did really well burning some time. and charging the ults, but we have Aniki on OC and Pokemon Guy coming up with the Kiri ult next. Kernmaster with the advantage on beat here, probably to saving it to beat Aniki's ult, but Aniki's ult comes out, and there's the beat. Everyone gets beat. They're gonna go aggro here, securing this high ground.
That was an excellent beat by Kern, but Aniki just gets a pick right at the end of that, rail shot, and Vin's gonna end up to drop off the map. I think that was, you might have had a better POV on that than me, but I think he decided to get out there rather than falling off, but maybe not.
Hey, it kind of looked like the Diva's like the rocket thrusters kind of booped him just enough off of the edge there, but I may be wrong.
Very well played here. Milo looks to put pressure on to this Echo on the high ground. Obviously, Echo a little bit favored in that Pharah matchup, but Vin can eat a lot of their aggressive damage alive here. And this question of ults, and TC's gonna go first with his. The rush coming through onto the point, and a lot of damage to follow up with that as well. The Valk used to sort of deal some more frontline damage, and this might be over. I don't think there's a touch in store for the side of the Lunation, and halfway through second is really all they can get to.
Score 0-2. Switching sides.
Yeah, Neptune is just charging ult so fast with that Jack Mercy pocket. They just have like a barrage almost every fight. They're kind of having a little bit of trouble marking that out. Neptune going 20-3 right now. Milo going 21-2. They're just synergizing really well. They were just having trouble contesting that vertical, it seemed like. And when they were on the hazard, it was just being matched every time with the Pharmacy and the Diva just being able to fly back up and rehold high.
And if you're the Lunation here, it's like, what else do you try to mark this far, Mercy? Like, you're on Diva, Echo, and Soldier. Maybe put Kernmaster back on the map to have another person looking at it too, but then you have to deal with Milo in the backline as well. The push and pull for the Snakes is very good between Neptune and Milo, sort of when they're going in and going out, especially on that second point where they basically killed the Las Vegas Lunation's time bank to almost zero, actually literally zero, as they finished up that point. I really like the way they have been switching back and forth, but now on the defense for the Lunation, we'll see what sort of stop they can put up.
Yeah, we see Sonic Chronic on the Echo again, how they finished last half there. Trying to maybe put a little bit of pressure. Razmataz on Soldier 76 putting pressure on that Pharah. We'll see if that's their answer here. And Aniki's actually going to get the first pick here on Sonic Chronic with the little area denial. And they're looking to get high ground here. Vind contesting it, but is going to get immediately marked by Milo. Vind is kind of retreating here, regrouping with her supports, just kind of stabilizing. Razmataz kind of left alone in a hotel. Kernmaster going to save him, but ends up getting picked as well. Razmataz tries to regroup, but gets Aniki is just finding every single pick here, and they're gonna get the. Looks like they're gonna win the first fight here, and maybe even get point off of it. But Vind is back, half HP again, immediately marked out by Milo. They do get the point. Neptune finds the pick on Razmataz, and they're going to try to keep this rolling. Milo finds a next pick onto Kiri, and Vind is going to go really low here, but they do have the tank advantage, but it kind of looks like it's just going to be a full regroup on both sides here. We're going to leave Neptune and Jack on the point. I feel like that's probably the best person in that comp to do that. They could fly up, come down, put pressure on, leave when they need to. They are going to get a lot of meters here with 5 minutes on the clock. They're all pushing up very close, trying to min-max how much space they could get out of this fight for sure. Vid going up to mark Milo immediately, not letting them have the high ground there, so they're gonna kind of fall back, regroup on point, give them enough space to work with. and they're looking to bring the fight to point. Aniki finds the next pick on Kernmaster again.
That was a Hail Mary slow. He threw up onto that high ground. Now popping the ult as well. Looking to go in to kill the second support of the Las Vegas Lunation. Eventually, Milo's going to get that pick. And Raz dead as hell in the air. And so is Vind with the hero play from the bomb. Jack is going in there to fight that. Maybe not what I'd do as Mercy, but now eventually gets back to point. Vind completely caught out towards this backline, might have a final touch, and if I'm Las Vegas Lunation, you might want to go for it here.
Yeah, and Kernmaster's gonna try to get the first touch here. D.Va follows up next, but is met with the Neptune's barrage. Most of it gets DM. A lot of damage still does land though, and yeah, they're gonna come into this last point with 5 minutes. And Neptune is just cleaning up with this pharmacy. Both supports, I mean, on the ult front, Pokemon Guy has had their ult for a little bit now, and Andrew and Kernmaster still in the 80 range here. They are going to have the support ults this fight, so maybe try to play one and min-max how much you have. But Pokemon Guy's gonna open up with Kiri ult first, looking for any pick here. It comes down to the last 4 meters.
Rush on the other side for Andrew, looking to stabilize on this point, but it might be a question of ults. Kern's gonna be holding this beat in his back pocket, looking to save it for if needed. Milo uses the bomb onto this high ground position, this time staying alive throughout, but there's multiple ults online now for the side of Lunation, so they might be able to hold on to this. The barrage for Razmataz as the Snakes looking to stabilize, and Sonic Chronic has his blade if they want to use it here. So you can see a very aggressive fight from Lunation, but also at the same time, the Snakes can just build up ults at this point. They have all the time in the world to win this map, push it the final 5-6 meters it needs to go. And fighting this high ground is so hard.
No, yeah, they're really doing a good job at playing life and not fully committing to and Razmataz does go down. Kernmaster does use beat. Sonic Chronic is popping blade, finds 2. The dash on Pokemon and the swipe on Aniki there. And I still think they're gonna have enough time to charge their ults here and maybe look to get Kiri Rush on the side of Pokemon Guy.
Yep, I do really like that ult exchange for Las Vegas Lunation. I felt like that blade might have been overused, but looking at the trades and the way they were going, I do not fault that for Sonic Chronic as well. And you still have Vind holding onto this bomb too. It's absolutely crucial because you can eat the entirety of Aniki's OC. Aniki's been so good throughout this map, but Vind has been in his face and making stopping plays, but not able to stop that one. And Aniki starting off with this OC, trying to blast down Vind, but DM completely in the face. Sonic Chronic's all over it as well. The bomb's gonna come out from Vind. Can he stay alive through it? Yes, he can, and gets the kill onto Jack as well. So an amazing ult trade for the Lunation as well, 1 for 1, but keeps the point and keeps their team at a very good spot. They're actually going to force the stagger onto Milo too. Very good job for the side of the Lunation of maximizing and sort of chipping down this time bank even more.
No, yeah, with 5 minutes coming into this last point, it was looking pretty rough, but they already halved the time. But Neptune is charging Barrage again, and Pokemon Guy should be able to match the Andrew's Kiri ult. But I think it kind of hinges on how Kernmaster plays this beat. Andrew's gonna ult first, putting a little bit of pressure on point. They are just gonna kite away, and Neptune does get picked by Vind actually. Pokemon Guy responds with the Kiri Rush, but Jack is gonna res Neptune, bringing Barrage and Valkyrie back on the board here. Sonic Chronic uses Blade, but is gonna be met with Neptune's Barrage. Kernmaster's beat was a little bit late. Wasn't enough to save Sonic Chronic there. Bomb comes out from Milo.
Very nice bomb on the point, and looking for Kernmaster onto that back line. And it feels like the Snakes really investing into this fight, but might not be getting the value that they necessarily wanted. Still a 4v4 towards this point here. The ult's still like even on both sides, and that's a scary thought for the Snakes, who have been really struggling to get it these last few meters. And Melo might even get traded on the way out here. You can see Neptune falling under a lot of pressure on the high ground. Jack finally pops that ult here, trying to keep Neptune alive. Immediately going to go for that res too, and is able to get it off, but is the team able to stay alive? Yes, they are. And Milo just doing his best to live. Finally gets that health pack put low. Anakin has an ult online as well. Gets the first pick again. And now looking for this ultimate. Catches out Andrew with the help now. And this is the fight the Snakes need. Vin's gonna have this bomb though. They still have to deal with it on point. Bomb manages to catch nobody. And I think this is the moment for the Snakes. Just Sonic Chronic left to touch.
And they aren't. I think they did touch for half a second, but it's not gonna be enough for them to get anyone else on point there. And looks like the Snakes win this one. Putting it was a 1-1 Lunation Snakes.
Yes, it is. And yeah, I was really impressed by the Lunation hold at the end there. It felt like, I mean, it felt like the Pharah was not able to get in and on as many angles, and the Lunation were playing their distance very well. It took a couple big clutch picks from Aniki to really break open that part of the map, but it shows that both these teams can really just adapt and overcome to basically almost anything.
Yeah, being able to adapt on the fly like that, seeing that there's a pharmacy around and changing stuff up, matching comps a little bit. That I think that was what made it so they were able to. I mean, they had like 5 minutes and 20 seconds going into that last point, and just bringing it down to like just under like 20 seconds. I think that was a really good hold on their end.
For sure.
They did really good at spacing out their ults as well. Not overcommitting. There was that one Genji blade, but it wasn't game losing.
For sure, for sure. And now we will be heading to a quick map break. We'll be right back with more Aurora Esports action. And welcome back, everybody, to Aurora Esports. We have a 1-to-1 series between the Seattle Snakes and the Las Vegas Lunation. And I don't know about you, Peepaw, but this is shaping up after that last map to be an absolute banger.
No, yeah. We see the New Junk City pick come out. No Pharah ban, no Mercy ban, but maybe this kind of closed-in points will make it a lot harder for them to get the value. We're gonna have the Malga ban and the Cast ban. What are your thoughts on maybe what are these comps looking to run here?
I wouldn't be surprised to see a let me think for a second. I wouldn't be surprised to see like a Mei Soj or Mei Soj and the Diva, signature Diva from Milo, and then Vind. I wouldn't be surprised for like a Hazard or a like more like divey sort of to get like on the backline, but it's strange to me that the cast ban was pulled because I felt like Aniki was having a stronger cast than the the cast ban was pulled for the side of the Lunation. So yeah, okay. So my guess is that Vin wants to play dive here, and Mel is going to be tasked with matching that dive. So like seeing what they can do against that dive. And both teams are R as we are going in to game.
Traveling to New Junk City. Initiating match.
Yeah, but so since the Lunation banned the Cassidy, my guess is Vin's gonna go with some divey character, like a Hazard, maybe like a JQ, maybe like something that can like put pressure down onto this backline. Sonicron is probably gonna be on like the Tracer or the Xion as well, trying to help put pressure down. I'm expecting Neptune May here to try and deal with whatever that is, and then Milo to fill tank around whatever. Demon! No, that must be bait. That must be bait. Yeah, this is bait. I think Neptune's character is the only real one on that side, to be honest.
I think Ben's might be scuffed. I think we'll go to a quick pause or something.
Yes. Oh, frick. Sorry. I will go to a quick pause, and I will reload lobby. My bad. It is a... Wait, was it not a Cassidy ban? Oh, no, it wasn't.
Oh, it didn't stay?
Wait. Okay. Going in. Sorry about that, gamers. And we'll go back in. Thank you for letting me know, by the way.
Yeah, I just noticed. I was like, wait.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
So it looks like Vind is actually going to be on the Zarya here. We're going to be running the Zarya Reaper and Xion, maybe getting a lot of value bubbling the DPS while they go in and kind of do a lot of the heavy lifting and cleanup.
Yep, and the Zarya Reaper comp is very dependent on like what Kernmaster can do on this role. Like how much value can he get and how many shots can he basically shoot into, ideally Lauren Dish, but if he can get shots onto Aniki too, that's big. And you can see right now not very many, as the first pick will be Kernmaster. We do see Milo trying to run down the enemy team, now flipping back towards point. Suzu force from Andrew, and Vin looking to tuck underneath on this low ground position, manages to get the team out, and Vin has to play super careful here. He has great bubble targets and great aim as he takes down Aniki, but the walls from Neptune are going to be the scariest thing for this Zarya to play around until she gets the perk in which she can jump over that wall. She can't really navigate around that, and she'll be the primary target to start off. This is going to fall on point as well, the fight going much in favor of the Las Vegas Lunation. My guess at this point going to be flipping over in the next couple seconds. Neptune just stepping on to Sol.
Yeah, and Vind barely survived that Ramacha punch there, but ends up finding Milo and finding the rest of the team soon after. They are gonna push up here, try to min-max as much percentage as they can, and they're just kind of regrouping, playing idle for now as they look to kind of get a foothold on this point. The wall comes out, Sonic Chronic gets the bubble, goes low. Neptune is gonna blizzard here, but no one's gonna get frozen. It's kind of gonna be a zoning ult. Andrew responds with the Kiri rush, and the Seattle Snakes are gonna be able to just kind of kite away from this. Maybe a little early on that Kiri rush there. Laura is gonna push in and use their Kitsune Rush, but it's immediately gonna find just a 5-person grab. Spree comes out, Soniconic finds 3. Keep it going, and they're good. They're good for 4. Andrew does get the pick on Milo and Neptune there, and it's gonna be last fight here. I actually don't think they're gonna be able to get a touch unless Dish on Lucio there finds it. But I think that they're just gonna be set up playing for next here, and we are gonna see. They did not stick with that Reaper Zarya. They did swap. Curdmaster did swap to the Soj, so we are gonna be on the Soj Xian again, like we've seen earlier, and Dish and Laura are gonna be on this Kiri Lucio backline. Both OCs come out, but Swifters is gonna beat Milo using Annihilation here. Kind of just holding the right click, but Dish uses their beat in response, keeping them upright. Milo getting super low, and he finds Curdmaster, and Milo is able to stabilize from that. Milo is gonna walk down the Kiri. Kiri's gonna use TP, but not find any safety next to their tank, because Milo's gonna turn and punch them down too.
I really loved the way that the Snakes were able to add on ults in that fight. The addition of both of the beat from Dish and the Annihilation from Milo felt very good. Neptune actually making the swap back over onto the Mace. We might be a little bit late towards this fight. And it looks like Vin's going to go over onto the Zarya. I was worried about Vin building up another grab when Dish didn't have beat for the second time, because that was definitely the fight sealing ultimate onto the first map. But on the Orisa, that won't be too much of a problem, but Milo has to have a lot more block now that Vin just slowly chipping away at that damage. Good supporting pressure from the fellow DPS on the Snakes, though, to help hold on to this backside of point.
Yeah, both teams contesting Milo and Vin on the point here, kind of just fighting for a foothold. But Seattle Snakes are going to hold the point. Kiri Rush comes out, but they immediately get picked by the Spree. Milo finds Swifters on the Lucio. Aniki gets a pick on Soniconic, and Neptune teams up Andrew. Looks like they're just going to have to reset here. Actually, I think they're just going to have to play for next point, and it is going to be 1-1 here on this flash map.
Yeah, and I don't even know if there was... I mean, I feel like there was no swaps from the side of the Snakes. I'm wondering, like, I know Neptune's on Reaper for like a little bit, but like I think it's this Reaper versus Zarya matchup that's sort of putting a lot of pressure onto Vind and making him sort of swap around. But it felt like they had a winning strategy. Aniki pops the ult early, and it seems to be just a distraction. A little bit of damage onto Vind and clean up onto Andrew, but the main damage coming in from this frontline hit. Sonic looking for the kill, but not even going to be able to find it. So a little bit of salt in the wound as Las Vegas Lunation head back to their spawn.
Yeah, for only investing overclock and beat in that fight and getting the first cap on point, that's gonna be big for the Seattle Snakes here. Milo also has the Annihilation as well, trying to min-max as much time as they can with this point. But Vin, Swifters, Curdmaster, there are gonna be a lot of ults coming in from Las Vegas. But Neptune is gonna freeze, and it is immediately gonna get beat by Swifters. Curdmaster gets frozen for a second, gets put low. Neptune finds the kill. Milo gets the kill on Vind, and it looks like it's going to have to be another reset here for Las Vegas.
That Blizz simultaneously did nothing and everything, forced out 2 ults because Vind got split from Swifters, and Andrew did not take that left side or right side rotation with the rest of the team. So it felt like Vind was forced to solo clutch towards the point, and obviously you're on Orisa, you have the gold, but once that runs out, you're just burned down by the entire side of the Seattle Snakes. Now it's just all on the back of Curdmaster. This OC comes out early, but a wall in his face needs to find something through this.
Vind is actually going to swap the hazard here. Not entirely sure how that... Neptune's going to get the full freeze, Aniki is going to clean them up. This here maybe with another touch. My bad, I confused them. 2-1 here, Seattle Snakes. They are on match point now, and Andrew is gonna get staggered here. And looks like Seattle Snakes might be first to point as well. Vin swapping to the Hazard. I do like this pick, but you can only hold right click forever. Neptune, Anarchy, Milo being able to just kind of alt turn and focus the Hazard, it kind of just is overwhelming. They can climb over the Mei walls there and kind of stop themselves from being sectioned out, but Spree comes out and Lore, Kiri Rush comes out on the side of Lore. Lore goes super low, Neptune super low, and he ends up going down to Kernmaster after they take out Swifters and Andrew.
Very scrappy fight towards the point and separating from the point, but it's going to go in favor of the Snakes. Vin gets caught late, and now you currently have 2 DPS just standing up on high ground, fighting against the Snakes. You're just completely fine just holding this low ground for a little bit. Eventually you're just going to be forced to drop back because you can't fight that Mei on the low ground. If you're a Xion and if you're a Soj, you need to have those angles to play off of. I think that's one of the things that Vin's trying to accomplish on this Hazard. He wants to be able to hit the backline, put pressure, give Kernmaster opportunities to give interesting angles and give Soniconic opportunities to go in. It felt just a little bit desynced in that last fight. The hit was supposed to come on towards high ground, but the Snakes are doing a really good job of flipping through on that.
Vin putting a little bit of pressure on point, forcing them to drop down. Gonna get frozen in the Blizzard here, but they are gonna look to commit to this fight. Andrew goes down, and Soniconic also finds a pick onto Dish here. Seattle Snakes had no supports as they are trying to back off and regroup here. They do get the Las Vegas Lunation do get the flip with Seattle Snakes at 82%. And they're going to have the Kernmaster Overclock, Vin's Downpour, and Swifter's Sanctuary here. And in response, they have Milo's Annihilation and Dish's Beat. Let's see how they play this out. I imagine Milo is probably going to respond to Swifter's Sanctuary with their ult as well, kind of clearing them out from that big bubble of healing. Milo's gonna walk past the Hazard. Hazard's able to find a pick on Lore from that, and Sanctuary comes out looking to stabilize a little bit, and Las Vegas Lunation are gonna push up with that, putting Milo really low, and Milo goes down to Vind 72, and still ticking. It might go 2-2 here as Seattle Snakes look to reset.
Yeah, I don't think the Snakes are going to be able to get a touch here. They might want to be able to get one, but I just don't think it's feasible right now. There's nobody to be able to send in this position. But one of the things they can do is they can definitely fight for this space. They know where this final point is going to be, and they're going to try to hold the space early. But Vin going actually really aggressive. The downpour is going to get popped in, but is the team there to follow up with it? I'm not sure. Kernmaster pops the OC into the beat. Not going to be able to catch that much value from that, and now they're just going to be able to kite with this positive ult trade in your favor. Kernmaster, the OC, finally fading, and now Anarchy can go in with one of his own. The pressure's on from Vin, a wall in Anarchy's face. A lot of pressure going down, but just swinging on Andrew, gets that kill on the backline, and now you're looking to flip over onto Swifters. And I see disadvantage not having that Lucio on your side. You can hit that chain, but if you're diving with multiple people, it's going to be hard to keep that pressure up. Anarchy still split towards the backline position. Nice pick by Lore to help stabilize on the point, and you have 2 really good ults here if you want to hold on. You have both the Blizzard and the Annihilation coming up in this next fight, so even if Las Vegas Lunation looks to go early and catch them off guard, you have really good ways to respond if you're the Snakes.
Yeah, Andrew charging up Kitsune Rush and then Soniconic with the Spree. That could potentially be game winning, but Neptune is gonna use Blizzard here, and Spree comes out, finds a pick on Anarchy. Vin gets a pick on Lore. No supports for Seattle Snakes, and it looks like it's gonna be a full reset. They do get the flip, but next up on the ult table would be probably Swift in the favor of Las Vegas Lunation.
Yeah, I don't like the use of the Annihilation there. I understand you want to try to save that point, but the moment the Spree comes out, it's not an ult that can really respond in return. And now just the Sanctuary online for Swifters towards this point. Lunation need to play this slow, need to play this caution, need to make sure they're not picked early. A lot of the fights they're losing on King's Row were due to them just losing that first pick. A very nice chain, and Milo caught in a very dangerous position. A really nice Sanctuary too. It's gonna catch out the entirety of the Seattle Snakes, force them to reset, and get the Las Vegas Lunation towards this final fight territory.
Milo swapping to the Orisa, maybe Javelin hazard out of the block here. Maybe a little bit of more survivability with the gold. And the fight's gonna be, the ults are gonna be in favor of Seattle Snakes. And the Orisa is gonna get the first touch here. Aniki gets a pick on Sonic Chronic, but Milo goes down to Vind. Aniki trades that and finds Vind as well, and they are gonna get the point flip. Seattle Snakes are gonna be at 50% and Las Vegas at 99. We're gonna have 2 support ults on the side of Seattle Snakes here, and that hopefully should be enough to maybe lock down this point. Neptune did make the swap to Reaper. The May walls weren't quite enough to trap that hazard in, as they could jump and climb over it. So a lot of ults charging here on the side of Seattle Snakes, but Downpour is gonna come out and it's gonna find Dish. And they're actually.
What? What am I watching? What? Oh my god! What? I didn't even see that on prod.
Play of the game.
I just swapped to the third person cam and went to the top down.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, in that fight, great play of the game by Sonic, by the way, in that fight, the Sonic and Vind both flipped forward past the point. They had all the time in the world to touch the point if they wanted to. And they just didn't. I don't know what happened. I mean, my bad on prod, I guess, but jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah, the Orisa just walked up, was able to contest point, get the flip, and the rest of the team just kind of backed and let them have it.
I'm lost for words. I don't know about you. So we're gonna head to a break and try to collect ourselves after that final fight that felt like it could have gone either way. The Seattle Snakes take a 2-1 lead. We'll see where we're going after this quick break. We'll be right back with more Aurora Esports action. And welcome back, everybody, to Aurora Esports. Seattle Snakes take a lead off of a disastrous C9 from the Las Vegas Lunation on New Jung City. And that's going to send us to Esperanza, picked by the Seattle Snakes hand. The Las Vegas Lunation utilizing this opportunity to ban out the Jack Mercy, who could come back in here due to the different playtime eligibility requirements for this specific league. And Seattle Snakes are banning the Sonic Chronic Xion, probably Sonic Chronic's best character and Jack's best character. We'll see how both teams look to pivot. All right.
No, yeah, Las Vegas Lunation using the Mercy ban. I mean, it's 2-1. You would like to use this maybe on the match point here. But now that they're down, they kind of just have to use it, and especially on a map like this, they kind of just have to use that Mercy ban, hopefully to stop Jack. But Jack isn't gonna be put in this map.
Yep, Jack will not be put in this map. It will be the Dish Lore backline we saw from the previous map, and same comp from the previous map. And I think we were talking after the break. To be honest, both teams did not do anything too wrong on that last map. I mean, a couple maybe thrown away ults on either side, maybe some missed calls, some split fights from either team. But other than that, I mean, pretty clean Overwatch from both teams. I'm very excited to see these two comps go against each other. Vin, revered for this Mauga, one of those characters that can like solo carry if you're good enough, but Milo definitely willing to counter swap around. Neptune is on the Pharah, but the question is he going to be able to deal with the double hit scans, basically triple hit scan pressure, and the Swifter's Cat? I think is going to be one of the scariest things, because this character can put down a ton of pressure onto the Pharah.
Yeah, just being able to chase the Pharah in the air, close the distance, kind of makes it hard for the Pharah to, they're going to have to hit direct rocket on the Cat to be able to do any damage. And same with Vind on the Malga, just kind of be able to put burn on the Pharah, forcing them to regroup with their supports. They are gonna open up this fight. Neptune does get base the Malga here, but everyone's just kind of playing idle right now, just looking for some picks, looking for an opening, and Milo on the D.Va here is traditionally pretty good in the Malga. Whenever he uses his self, he'll just pop DM in his face. But Neptune is actually going to be the first to go down to Kernmaster, and with Vind, Kernmaster, Swifters. I would maybe it's a little too early, but I was gonna say look to maybe swap off that Pharah. Neptune is gonna swap to the Tracer here. I really do like this Tracer swap. They're gonna have the Malga kind of preoccupied on the front line there, Sonic Chronic on these side angles, and having someone else to kind of mark those side angles would just be in the benefit of Snakes here. So they do regroup. They are just kind of stopping any progress right here. Neptune going on the outside, just applying a little bit of pressure to that Malga there, and everyone's just kind of playing idle right now, looking for any sort of picks, any cooldowns that could push the fight in their favor. Malga's gonna go in, thinks they could get the slam, but Soj slides away. A lot of pressure coming out to the Malga. They're looking to get regroup with their supports, get stabilized again. Laura goes down to Swifters, and Swifters getting put in dangerously low for that. Kernmasters does get the pick on Neptune, and they're gonna just keep this point rolling.
Did a very bomb comes out from Milo. That's gonna catch onto no one, and unfortunately Milo's gonna go down before he can get that rematch. And now Laura, CP's too force, but nice trade back onto Swifters. A little bit of a revenge kill there for flex support onto main support, and Neptune actually adds onto this fight. So a fight that was definitely won in the favor of the Lunation is now going to flip back into the hands of the Snakes here, but still a lot of progress there. 44 meters might not be checkpoint, but it's still a good place to put yourself into.
Las Vegas Lunation is going to have a lot of ults for this fight, like practically all 5 here. We could probably look to see Vind use Cage, maybe combine it with Emery's ult. if they get a lot in cage, be able to get a lot of. And Vin is gonna walk up and cage immediately, finding 3, 4. And Swifters is gonna use the catnap, but they catnap the wrong person. Anarchy uses OC. Andrew and Sonic kind of get a pick on Neptune, and Anarchy kind of going in the favor of Las Vegas Lunation here. Milo's gonna look to reset, but Sonic doesn't want them to get back to their team fast enough. Maybe get a little bit of ult charge for the next fight as well. And Anarchy is gonna swap to the Reaper here. Have a little bit of an easier time applying pressure to that Mauga. I really do like the Seattle Snakes comp. I think this them being able to adapt on the fly will be one of the things that pushes this fight in the long run in their favor.
If Kermaster has this overdrive to pull at any point in time, I'm going to use it towards the high ground, try to flush out Neptune. Oh my gosh, a direct hit. Big explosion there. Forces out basically the entirety of the Snakes. Current connects for 2, and the rest of the Lunation pick up the pieces where they lie. That's definitely going to be checkpoint in favor of Lunation, and Snakes push back and maybe set back to the drawing board. Yes, Milo also going to make the swap over onto the Ramatra, trying to look to lean a little bit more Brawly into this composition, deny Sonic and Swifter some of these off-angle pressure, because you just can't do that to like a Mauga and a Reaper. Or sorry, Ram and a Reaper.
Seattle Snakes are gonna regroup here. Milo's gonna put a little bit of pressure on that point. They did get the forward spawn, but hold on, let me. All right, they did get the forward spawn, but Pulse comes out. Neptune gets Swifters on the cat. They're gonna be down to support. Vin's uses cage. Sonic Chronic gets 2, gets Anarchy and finds Dish. Kernmaster and Sonic Chronic taking the bulk of that fight on their shoulders. And they're gonna get more meters off here. We're gonna see Neptune swap to the cast, maybe help mark out some of the Sonic Chronic on Tracer there. But if you were and Milo getting put super low already just off this pre-fight poke. Little bit of ult charge in the. Actually, both looks like Las Vegas Lunation might have the upper hand on the support ults here, but Anarchy could shut everything down with just one good, well-placed Reaper ult, but they are going to get picked by Sonic Chronic. Found on that side angle. Vin goes in, putting a lot of damage out on Milo. Milo gets picked, and Seattle Snakes are probably going to have to die early to get out. Neptune falls. Dish getting put low, falls, and yeah, Seattle's gonna have to regroup here. Vin pushing up, trying to get as much of that space as possible. Anarchy still holding on to Blossom here. Let's see how they play at this fight. They're gonna. If I was Anarchy, I would probably try to open up, because you do have that lower Kitsune to Matt. Both Kitsunes come out. Turnmaster does get the ult off, finds a pick on Anarchy, finds another pick on Neptune, doing amazing work on this Emery. Finds 3, Dish 2, and I think that might be it. I don't know if they get another touch. We see Neptune swapping to the far lore, going to the Ana here. No one could really get that touch. Dish is respawn though. Hopefully the cat's able to get touch. Anarchy with the Blossom would be a lifesaver right now. And they are actually just going to back up, give them a little bit of space, regroup here.
And it sort of feels like the side of the Snakes are kind of lost in what identity they want to play. Particularly in towards the backline. Can pop this Blossom, especially now that Suzu's already forced out. But we're going to opt to do it. It gets 2 on the backline, but the cage in the front line doing equal damage. Vin just holding down the fort, and Sonic Chronic's there to fight with them. Lore's now over onto the Ana though, and that's going to do some serious damage to Vin, but it's not going to be enough. You still have 3 to be able to fight for this space. They might not be able to get a touch here, but no, Milo's back on point. The swap over onto the Doomfist, and it feels like this is the most awkward comp to play with ever, but they do have the spawns into their favor. Vin will eventually be forced out and forced away from this point, but again, very well played fight. They don't lose a single person. They're already back to fight, and the way that the Las Vegas Lunation are sort of pushing and pulling on this map is excellent. They know sort of when to go in, when to push out, and instead of hitting first, they're letting the side of the Snakes make the mistake.
Yeah, really good response on everyone here, and something that was Aniki goes super low, Neptune goes super low, but they do get healed up. Nano comes out onto Milo here.
Milo
Ultimate's
is
a
out.
little wide, can't find the Tracer. Sonic kind of getting put super low, but Swifters is going to be the one to find the pick on Neptune. And Kernmaster popping ult here, looking to get a little bit of value. Close the distance. Dish is putting out a lot of damage, but actually had to back away because Kernmaster hit him with the direct impact out of air. Kernmaster finds Milo as well, and that's gonna be game. It looks like it's gonna be 2-2.
And that was a very dominant game by the Las Vegas Lunation there, tying up the series at 2-2. You can see why they wanted to take that map or opt away from that map pick and go for the ban instead, because they're just confident in this comp sort of wherever they go. And really, the scary thing is, didn't really even need to make any adaptations on that map, didn't need to pull out that bag of tricks yet, still could have some in the bag, and now the pressure all on the Snakes. Do they want to take this map pick, or do they want to go for a ban? We'll find out after this break. We'll be right back with more Aurora Esports.
MVP.
My pleasure.
And welcome back, everybody, to this banger of a Week 2 game in ALS. The Seattle Snakes and Las Vegas Lunation tied up 2-2-2, and we're entering our final map chosen by the Seattle Snakes. We're going to Circuit Royale. And we have a very interesting composition for, I think, both teams here, in my opinion. I'm not sure if the Las Vegas Lunation have done this comp before or not. I'd have to scroll back into the archives and figure it out. But their composition, as I will populate it real quick here, will be the Swifters and Raz backline with Andrew moving over onto the DPS. And Andrew's somebody who's insanely valuable on this DPS role, especially for his SR. Has that diamond SR, but can definitely play above it. And can sort of complement on this double hit scan with Kernmaster and try a match against this like champ duo of Anarchy and Neptune. And then Raz and Swifters can do a ton of work on the backline too, especially on a map like this. Both teams are. We are going to send us into the final map. I'm one of the casters. Ward joined alongside me is Peapod. Are you ready?
Yeah, this has been a great showing so far. I love when games go to map 5. It's like, oh, it gets so intense.
Yep, absolute cinema match. I think both these teams considered to be fairly high-ranked ALS teams. I wouldn't be surprised if this is what we're seeing in the semifinals, grand finals later on in the season. But for now, we have to focus on what really matters, and that's the final map between these two teams. The pressure is definitely on, and we'll see what both these teams end up running here. Swifters is looking for the Jetpack Cat, and TC's on the Juno. So definitely unconventional comps for Circle Royale, but I think just because of these unconventional bans, you see the Sigma who's taken out from the Seattle Snakes, as well as the Kiriko taken out by the Las Vegas Lunation. So I think this map's going to be a little bit funny.
Yeah, seeing Lunation's team lineup, the Kiri ban does make a lot of sense if you're going to keep Razmataz on the Ana there. This is a really good Ana map, but they're going to have to answer to the Neptune and Jack. Both Pharah and the Mercy ban has been used already. So maybe Kernmaster on the Bastion, Andrew on the Freya, and Razmataz might be able to get enough poke out to kind of mark out that Pharah.
And we are seeing the first Demon play I'm seeing in Aurora Esports, specifically ALS for sure, and this character recently got a micro buff here. I'm interested to see how Vin looks to play this on a poke map. It seems to have a sword and a shield, but we will see as Anarchy does manage to get that first pick. Advantage to this is Vin can kind of walk up, shield, kind of poke back, but can't really support the team as much as you'd maybe want to. But sometimes you have players that don't need support. You have a Cat Bastion set up for Kernmaster, so they can always go over the top, look to flip onto the backline, and put the pressure down on people like Pokemon Guy and Anarchy.
No, yeah, I really do like the response to this pharmacy here with the Cat Bastion. Kind of mark them, put a lot of damage out at once, and do their little strafing runs. I think Vin's main goal here is to just stay alive as the Kernmaster and Swifters kind of make their rounds and do their strafing runs.
And
Anarchy is actually going to plan the pick on Razmataz on the Ana.
These are two of like the bulkiest tanks, so like we're gonna see a lot of stability on the point, but unfortunately Neptune is gonna catch the kill just as Kernmaster is swinging forward with that form, and Anarchy with some great follow-up here, also looking for Andrew on the way out, not gonna be able to find it. And Vind finally goes over onto this Malga, a little bit of a switcheroo for the squad. We'll see if this ends up being a little bit better for the team. I mean, he's going to be able to put down that long-range pressure and definitely shoot out Neptune, but I think Anarchy's been a little bit scarier right now, putting pressure on this Cat Bastion.
Swifters dropped Kernmaster, trying to get away from the OC, but OC is good for 2, finding Kernmasters and Swifters. They are gonna push the W key here, close the distance, maybe look to get any staggers or any other picks here, but they're gonna back off as soon as they start respawning and regrouping. Vind is gonna charge in, trying to take the staircase on the left, control a little bit of that high ground. Neptune comes out, finds Razmataz on the Ana, But Anarchy quickly traded the Freya, or Swift is traded out. And Jack is going to use Valkyrie here, kind of stabilizing the team, keeping them alive. Anarchy does find another pick onto Swifters, kind of thwarting this progress here, really making it hard for them to get a foothold and fight as a full team here. Minute left closing in, and they didn't even pass the first corner here. This is getting dangerous territory for Lunation.
Yeah, I'm looking at these ults coming in, the Cat ult and the Bastion ult. They're going to swing over with this first hit here, and Milo's going to be dropped very low. The Nano also comes into effect, and Milo is going to be taken into the backline. The ult is popped. Milo trying to stay alive on the point, but that might have been a little bit of a misplay, a misuse, as the Lunation are able to cap this through. But the only thing is there'll be a chance for another fight here. Lunation have 4 strong on point, and they will be getting back, but Neptune and Pokemon Guy will have that speed to get back in. No ult on the table, but Vind and Kern have the combo. The Bastion ult comboed with the Melga Cage is very solid.
Yeah, it's good to see Milo get the touch. The cage comes out, the Bastion ult comes out. Milo uses right click, trying to mitigate as much of that damage as they can. They do end up getting picked. Jack tried to look like go for a res, but didn't quite get it. And they are going to get the checkpoint here. 2.5 minutes on circuit for this middle point.
Yeah, and I really like that ult combo. I'm really glad they held onto it in the previous fight, so they had it for this fight. I mean, that's the best way. It's like Royale's one of those maps where it's like you can get the first push very easily, but getting that final push, it makes it very hard to close. These chokes are very tight, and the high ground positions are very dominant on either side, so it's really about how you swing through these positions together.
He's gonna pop OC, putting a lot of people really low, finds the pick on the Swifters. Kernmaster goes really low, also gets picked by Anarchy here. They're looking for anybody else. Vin's gonna charge in, but is quickly gonna get stomped out. And looks like they're just gonna have to regroup for this fight. We've got a minute and a half, and Jack has Valkyrie. Maybe Neptune can get Bob off in time, but they're gonna have to kind of kite away from Andrew's OC here. I imagine they're gonna use OC and Nano probably, with that extra 150 damage perk. That's just like so good with the Nano. You get the survivability, you get the damage.
Yeah, and with the Cat Bastion being the primary focus, it's a good way to sort of play this fight, but they look a little bit split right now. The Nano's going to go off onto Kern, but Kern's going to get forced down towards that low ground position. The pick's very much in favor of the Seattle Snakes. Milo begins to swing forward, takes down Raz, and Andrew left on an island. No shot to pop that OC. Neptune off the Pharah now, but still very dangerous on this Ashe.
And they are going to get Bob charged here for potentially what could be the last fight. On the side of Lunation, they're going to have both DPS ults, and they're going to be a little late to cage maybe. Like I said, depending on how much they drag out this fight. Kernmaster is going to use ult right away, putting Milo super low, but wasn't quite enough to get the full pick on him. Bob comes out contesting point, and Milo's gonna ult and just walk down all the squishies. Finds, ooh, Razmataz's getting really low, but Milo had to back up from that. Didn't want to overcommit and die. 10 seconds closing in, and Vind is gonna have to get a touch here. You see Vind charging in. They're looping around. They're real close to cage. They get a pick, but they also don't fully get touch in time for anyone else to regroup. Kernmaster does actually make it back, but it still was not enough. Andrew on 1 HP, and that's gonna be a solid, decent hold for Seattle.
Railgun powered and
Very good hold there for Seattle for sure. Love the way they played that fight specifically. I don't know. This seems. Usually second point you're able to get past it, but I think you can get really stalled at the end of first, and you can also get really stalled in the middle of second point too. So there's some 2 good spots for the Las Vegas Lunation to put up holds. I'm really interested to see what they can do with their comp. I'm really hoping they get off Cat Bastion. It was not doing anything, and Neptune just swapped to the Ashe, and that poked it out. I think they're just gonna have to win this double hit scan duel, and Vin's gonna have to go Thanos mode in the backline. But we'll see what they are going for here. As Kern on the, yes, this is kind of what I was looking for. Kern on the Emray, and Swifters on something that can not just, you know, not go in and shoot, but also shoot and put down a lot of healing, because these picks from Anarchy and Neptune have been like very, very deadly. Now with that lamp, now with that burst heal of the shift from Swifters, you can do a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't even for Seattle. I mean, that Mayban got used up on Kings Row. They could even look to maybe Mayban here and trap that Domino, walk him down with Ramatra.
Yep. I want to see how Neptune and Jack play this engagement, because they're going into basically a quad hit scan comp.
Oh yes.
A lot of pressure on them.
This is definitely going to be rough for Neptune to get a lot of value here. We see them going to go up and over, but Swifters is immediately gonna hear that updraft and kind of mark them out a little bit.
Open so low.
Milo walking forward, Vin going really low. They are going to get the tank pick right away. Anarchy walking down the squishies, finds another one.
And this is, I mean, it's how you wanted to play, but it's not at all how it should have been executed. Vin falling that early maybe should have had to play a little bit farther back. I know Domina does have that long range. Is TC just dancing on point? Hello? Okay, we're good. I think there's a little bit of emoting on point, but I can see why, as Neptune already halfway to this barrage, and enemy team kind of nowhere close.
No, yeah, Neptune on 50% on the barrage. Jack close to the Valkyrie as well. Seattle Snakes are gonna have a handful of ults to use to their advantage here, as Lunation are just kind of behind. They died really fast that last fight, so they weren't able to charge and get a lot of value here. They did make it around the first painful corner. Now they have to make it around the second corner, as they are like 3 meters from point. Milo getting super low, but the DPS are just, Anarchy and Neptune are looking to charge ult. Jack does get the Valkyrie, gonna save it. They just have like a really good ult advantage right now. Jack is gonna pop ult, gonna swing.
Yep, and he might actually look to go onto this high ground. Yes, he will. Looks to do a little bit of damage there. And looking for the res on Neptune now is going to be able to get it. And the team still stabilizing towards this point, but definitely not the full value you wanted out of that Valkyrie fight. As the Nano comes in onto the D.Va, TC getting chased down on this backline, but there's multiple ults come in. As both DPS ults swinging out there, but it popped a little bit too early. I don't think they were. The Ray on the backside, and Anarchy catches 2 off the damage from that barrage, and now all the ults coming out. They want to swing this point into the favor, get to this final section, and they're actually going to stagger out Swifters. This is so bad. Swifters needs to get back onto this point or look for a kill onto a support. The kill so late, and just based off that, Snakes can hold up, and they can also look for this final fight.
Yeah, Swifters getting picked early isn't very good for the nation, but Kernmaster is going to have ult. Andrew is also going to have ult. Kernmaster has been hitting these Emray ults, like getting max value out of these Emray ults all night. So I am curious how they're going to play this out to kind of thwart this push here. But Seattle has 3.5 minutes. Kern does pop ult, finding a little bit of damage, but not securing any kill. But he does actually, I eat my words, find Pokemon Guy. Jack goes down to Vin. Both supports are gone for Seattle Snakes. They're gonna have to look to, get out, reset. Milo goes down, and 3 minutes left. They still have Andrew ult, and they're coming up on their support ults as well.
It's kind of very tough, this comp into the overdrive from Kernmaster. You can't really do anything. Anarchy just has to hit a big shot, or Jack has to have Valk and go on it, but there's really no other answers. But Neptune somehow gets 2 on the ulting Andrew as well, and they want to close this out here, and now the bomb's going to come out, but Vind not going to be able to hang on to his life, and now the Snakes moments away from pushing this point all the way. No ults for Kern or Raz, just the final touches, and the Snakes will do it. The 3-2 series will go in their favor. Map 5 banger for both these teams. That was a very impressive showing from both teams. I know Circuit Royale kind of looked a little bit one-sided way to end. Esper was more in favor of the Lunation as well, but those close maps were very close, and you can see both these teams able to play to their strengths around some of the bans. Very, very competitive series. I could see this going either way on any given day, but the Snakes just had that clutch factor in them today, pulled it out.
Oh yeah, almost every single one of the maps were like a nail biter, super close. Kind of came down to who got picked on that last fight and what team managed their ults better.
All right, and now we have the privilege of choosing a match MVP from the Seattle Snakes. Let me see what our time is looking like. I think you can choose any of these people. A couple people have already left lobby, but I cannot choose because I'm biased. I'm the manager. I love all these people. So, do you have a idea of who you want the match MVP to be?
I kind of did. I mean, this might sound a little basic, but I really did like the Neptune and Jack working together. That pharmacy is just so hard to answer to. Jack getting a lot of value, healing that Pharah, getting these reses off in times where it would be like a stagger or something. So they kind of prevented a lot of staggers and really enabled Neptune. And those are kind of my two like suggestions,
kind of.
Yeah, my nominees. I would say Neptune just for being able to just have every single fight and put down so much damage and finding the pick on Andrew in that OC at the very end there, or even Jack with being able to support these plays. Like when they swapped off the Pharah, they started pocketing the Soj and getting a lot of value with this blue beam, and also, like I said, just stopping a lot of these like on Ilios, the stagger on both support and who was it, like Cass or something, that could have been very dangerous and like burned a lot of time, and them using that right out of spawn, despite it being like a no-no, I think really was beneficial, being able to enable these DPS players, especially in like such a high stakes, high elo game, and just stay alive ultimately and provide so much utility to Neptune and to the other DPS.
So do you lean either way? Do you have a preference? We got to give it to somebody.
I'm kind of leaning towards maybe this is me just being the support main I am, but I'm kind of leaning more towards Jack. I feel like they did really well staying alive, did really well enabling their DPS, and when let me go back. They did swap off Mercy at one point, didn't they? Or am I?
Oh, they played
just
Lucio for a little bit, for a moment in time. It was something. We'll see if we can get Jack in here. We production 1 or production 2? 1? Hopefully 1.
We are in 1.
All right, we have kidnapped Jack, I think. Hello, Jack. Congratulations on the 3-2 victory and your match MVP. How you doing?
Your friendly neighborhood Mercy main is feeling pretty good right now.
So, Jack,
you know, I'm with it. I'm with it for sure.
I mean, we're both support players, me and Pupaw, so we just love the Mercy. But we did see you go Lucio, so can we talk a little bit about that? Because that was kind of awkward, because I thought you were just playing Mercy this season.
Chat, that's my flexibility in trying to help out the team. I had to come out and do a little bit of swapping because, it just wasn't working. I tried to do something, switch it up a little bit, and now my Mercy only season's over. I'm a little sad about it too, but what are you gonna do?
I think that's partially why I feel like I chose you for MVP is because it really did seem like you were enabling your team, really trying to enable your DPS, and even that Lucio swap, like you said, was kind of you were able to sit there, realize, understand that maybe Mercy wasn't working for this specific push or this part of the point, and you swapped Lucio trying to enable your team in any which way. And I think just being able to swap off of like a comfort hero into someone that maybe you don't have a lot of time on, really speaks a lot. Honestly, it shows how dedicated you are to this team and how much you want to win ultimately.
I am here. I want to win with this team, making a name for Mercy players. But I don't want to throw the game if Mercy's not working. So it's
Of
kind of a
course.
give and take. So
I did. Uh, I when I play DPS, I play Soj, so I really do appreciate the Mercy when I'm playing in my ranked ladder games too. I'm like, oh my gosh, like yes, and like no, it's like bittersweet, you know. So I think you really did a great showing at proving that Mercy's a force to be reckoned with.
it's if you don't die with her and you know how to like, I play very 50-50 where I pocket my DPS, but I also support my other support, which is TC tonight. And doing flash heals on Milo or peeling for a DPS that I'm not pocketing if TC doesn't see them and stuff like that. Like you got to be able to balance it. You can't just solo focus Neptune or solo focus Anarchy, whoever I'm doing at the time. But it's kind of an all-rounder situation. You got to make sure you're doing good in all regards.
And I think you did an amazing job covering all your bases, keeping everyone up, stable, especially with the quick burst of flash shield, and then you would swap to somebody else. And I would say the movement on the Mercy is really clean as well. When I see Mercy's played at my level, I'm like, I hope I hope you're just like the Mercy main. So just like when I'm playing my comp games, I would always aspire to have you be my Mercy. It was an amazing showing today. I really think you did really good, even though the Mercy only season is over for you. I think that might have got you the MVP. Just being a team player, setting up your DPS, realizing that like you aren't the like 100% like win condition of like said fight, but you staying alive is definitely providing so much more value to your tank, your DPS, able to charge these railgun shots, get this damage off with the Pharah, and land a lot of these combos. I think you did just a really good job at enabling everybody today.
Thank you. I felt the support from the team. They were all very, very happy about my performance as well. So.
Yep. And do you have anything else you want to say before we get to El Clasico, Jack? Any other thoughts on the match or the
I don't
season
think so. I think
or
I'm just-
anything?
I think I'm just really proud that we pulled it together. I know New Junk City was a bit of a C9, so it very well could have shifted the outcome of this match. But I'm here to have fun and win, and my team is super vibey this season, so I have no complaints so far.
All right, that sounds great. Well, we will ask you one more question, and it is El Clasico. I don't know if Peepaw, you've casted once before. Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
Oh, you wanna ask it? You wanna ask it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my first official prod. So, if you were chosen MVP today, but if you had to choose anybody else to be MVP, who would you choose and why?
So, I could very easily give it to Neptune and Anarchy just because I think that they played very well, getting a lot of picks, really utilizing the resources given to them. But I think even when I was out and when I was spectating, I think the real star today was definitely Milo. I think Milo's sustainability was actually insane, like in every single game. Very much contributed to those like longer fights. And he just kind of knows how to engage, disengage, know how to play that very well. And listens to comms exceptionally well. I was noticing that as well. So I would give it to Milo.
Oh, for sure. Just seeing you, everyone just being able to like hide away from these carry ults and like lose no one to an ult fight is just like amazing as well. The Milo survivability, I will agree with you there. Just being able to understand like this fight isn't winnable or they are going to use this ult and we don't have anything to respond with, so we just back up, give them some reasonable space, stabilize, and go back in. I think you hit the nail on the head with that one, honestly. The survivability from Milo did provide a lot for your team today.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Jack. We'll let you get back to your team. Congratulations again to the Seattle Snakes for taking the 3-2 victory over the Las Vegas Lunation. We'll see you in a bit.
Yes, thank you.
Yep. And that's going to be all for us on the desk, Peepaw. Any final words before we close off?
No. Stay tuned in to Aurora Legacy, Seattle Snakes climbing their way to the top of PR. So buy now. We are.
True. Alrighty. See you later, everybody. Have a nice night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.